Our next story is about Pakistan. The crisis-hit country has found new hope at the bottom of the sea. You heard that right. Pakistan has found a substantial deposit of petroleum and natural gas in its territorial waters. Estimates, in fact, say it could be the fourth largest in the world. It is said to be so large that it can change the country's destiny. The discovery, which came after a 3-year survey, has the potential to change the fate of the crisis-hit country. Remember, Pakistan has been struggling with mounting debt and rising inflation for quite some time now. For a long time, in fact, it has depended on foreign aid, which is often elusive, and what's worse, political instability as well as rising terrorism. All of that only made matters worse for the country. Can the discovery of oil and gas actually save Pakistan? Well, the answer is yes and no. While the news of the discovery of oil and gas reserves offers hope, that hope lies buried at the bottom of the sea. It cannot really help Pakistan tide over its economic crisis in the near future, and here's why. Even though the country can remain optimistic, there is never 100% certainty that the reserves would be discovered as expected. It's also not clear if these reserves are actually enough to meet the country's energy needs. It depends on the size and the recovery rate of the production. If this is a gas reserve, it can replace LNG imports. If these are oil reserves, it can help Pakistan substitute imported oil. In the year 2023, Pakistan's total energy import bill amounted to $17.5 billion. It is expected to nearly double to $31 billion within the next 7 years. Currently, Pakistan fulfills 29% of its gas, 85% of its oil, 20% of its coal, and 50% of its liquefied petroleum gas requirements through imports. Earlier this year, in fact, Pakistan sought $30 billion for gas production in order to mitigate its fuel import bill. The country has 235 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves, with 10% of them being ripe for exploration. And it could massively also help reverse the declining gas production and ultimately replace energy imports. Despite concerns, it is crucial that Pakistan analyze the reserves and initiate the drilling process to move forward. Just to be sure, the exploration of this oil and gas reserve alone demands a significant investment of around $5 billion US. And then it could take 4 to 5 years to extract reserves from the offshore location. Pakistan needs this. It is a country where 74% of people in urban centers are unable to meet their monthly expenses with their current income. That's how bad the situation is. At least 10% of the people have taken on part-time jobs to supplement their income. 56% of Pakistanis, that's more than half of the country's population, are just about managing to cover their expenses. They are unable to save any money after meeting their basic requirements. The cash-strapped country is in talks with banks in West Asia to borrow approximately $4 billion US. That will meet Pakistan's external financial commitments for the current fiscal year. And what's more, the Pakistan government's efforts to reform its public sector enterprises have also been marred by multiple challenges. The overall economic growth has fallen short on targets, and a persistently high inflation now threatens to push Pakistan over the edge. The inflation engulfing Pakistan is no longer just an economic issue, but a danger to its society overall. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.